This week had a bit of everything, fixing my car in the cold, hitting the gym and spending time with Lucy. A Costco run, a minus 20 degrees camping and the best steak of my life and a classic diner stop. Let's dive into it. Ever had one of those mornings where something just has to go wrong? Yeah, that was today, minus 20 outside, and guess what? My car's engine heater wasn't working. So first thing in the morning I had to head to the repair shop. Canadian winters and a dead engine block heater, not a great combo at all. As I'm driving, I'm just hoping it's something simple, and once I got there, the mechanic checked it out. And good news, it was just a dead power cable. Quick fix, big relief. I tested it right there, plugged it in, and yeah, no worries about my car turning into an ice cube overnight. Small victories matter, right? Next, I needed to get some movement in, but running outside at minus 20, not happening today. Luckily, we have a gym in our basement, quick session on the treadmill, nothing crazy, just enough to feel awake. Workout done, time to refuel. Today's menu: chopped bacon, rice from the slow cooker and fried chicken. Nothing fancy, but solid. One of those meals that just works, simple, filling, no complaints. And finally, chill time, couch, TV, and my favorite feature, the reclining footrest. There is just something about that perfect semi-reclined position. That movement when you realize the day is officially over and you can just switch off. Nothing too crazy today, but hey, sometimes simple days are the best.
Morning, Tuesday. Right now it's minus 24, but felt like minus 29. And to be honest, yeah, it's quite chilly. But at the same time, a great way to wake you up in the morning.
You ever walk through a city and suddenly feel like you're in a different place? That's exactly what happened to me today. Some parts of the city have this incredible architecture, almost like a little piece of New York right here. The tall buildings, the brick facades, even the fire escapes, it all gives off that classic urban vibe. For a moment I forgot where I was, just standing here, taking it all in. After that, it was time for the gym. A solid workout always makes the day feel more productive. I kept it simple, nothing crazy, just enough to get the blood flowing. Strength, a little cardio, the usual routine. It's always satisfying when you push yourself, even just a little bit more than the day before. And of course, staying hydrated. Probably the most underrated part of any workout. Filling up my bottle, I was already thinking about the next set. Small habits like this, they add up.
So it was an amazing workout. I didn't expect much, but certainly music helped me to tune into a workout, and I definitely recommend music from The Greatest Showman. You should try it at least once.
Some days work just takes over everything. No time for distractions, no breaks, just task after task. But at least I had a plan. No time for cooking today, so I went with something simple. Cottage cheese, packed with protein, quick to eat and actually keeps you full for a while. Not the most exciting meal, but when you've got a busy day ahead, efficiency wins over taste. A few spoonfuls and you're good to go. No prep, no cleanup, just straight to the point. I don't always eat like this, but on days like this, it's kind of perfect. Of course, a little break was needed. Played with Lucy for a bit, tossing her a toy, watching her leap like a little acrobat. She's got moves, I'll give her that. Honestly, I think she enjoys the challenge more than the toy itself. Back to work. Laptop open, emails flowing, and Lucy sitting right on my lap like she is in charge, definitely not slowing me down. Nope, not at all. There is something oddly calming about working with a cat around. Maybe it's the purring, maybe it's just the fact that she insists on being part of everything. Eventually had to take care of some laundry. Pulled out the dry clothes, toasting the wet ones, and straight into the dryer they went. We've got one of those all-in-one washer-dryer combos. Washer on the bottom, dryer on top, super convenient, just load and go. Not the most exciting part of the day, but definitely necessary. Ended the day with a solid workout. Circuit training, fast pace, no time to think, just move. Short, intense and exactly what I needed.
It's Thursday, minus 16. Last night was quite a good snowfall, and it's continuing. Luckily for us, city services doing their job very well. and removing snow from the streets. And you know, in moments like this, and especially when it's like minus 20 or minus 30, you appreciate summer like a way more,
I always like looking at these walls covered in event posters, concerts, theater shows, random art exhibits. It's like a little snapshot of what's happening in the city. Most of them I'll probably never go to, but I still stop and read. Sometimes about the layers of old and new posters just makes the city feel alive. Lunch today was simple: chicken, rice and olives with chili oil. No need to overthink it, just grabbed a container and started eating. It's quick, it's filling, and it has everything I need. Some protein, some carbs and a little bit of spice. Not the most exciting meal, but it works for me. Took a moment to check on my plans. Simple routine, but I love this little corner. A few greens, a bit of calm in the day. Then it was time to jump on a work call. Just the usual updates, planning and a bunch of things that needed to get done. Nothing too exciting, but necessary. Some days feel like they're just about checking off tasks, and this was definitely one of them.
Quick update. We ran out of coffee at home, so let's go together to the nearest supermarket and buy a new one.
So, time for a quick supermarket run. Grabbed my jacket, headed out, unplugged the engine block heater because, yeah, it's still freezing, and made my way to Safeway. The drive was quiet, you know, one of those moments where you're just lost in thoughts. Go to the store, straight to the coffee aisle, no distractions, just the business. Picked up a fresh bag, paid and got out. Small errand, but absolutely necessary. No coffee, no productivity. That's just how it works. Back home, back to the basement for a quick walk. Nothing intense, just moving a little, stretching out after sitting too long. It's funny, sometimes walking indoors feels strange, but when it's freezing outside, this is definitely the better option. A few minutes, a few steps, just enough to shake off the stiffness. Not every workout has to be extreme. Sometimes just getting up and moving is enough. Finally, just winding down, watching a cooking show, relaxing after the day. Not cooking, just watching. Perfect way to end the evening. Costco run today, stocking up for the week. You know how there's like big carts, endless aisles and way more than you plan to buy. So no need for commentary this time, just watch and see what we got. One of the best picks from this trip, ribs. Got home, unpacked and got straight to work. Cutting them up, getting them ready, it's all part of the process. There is something satisfying about prepping good food, knowing what's coming next. This is going to be good. The journey started with the drive out. Roads empty, trees covered in snow, everything silent. It already felt like I was stepping into a different world. Then came the real challenge, getting through the deep snow. Every step sinking, pushing forward, feeling the weight of winter all around me. And now, from here on, no words, no music, just the raw sounds of nature. Take it in. This is something else. A thick, fire-grilled steak, cooked whole. No fork, no knife, just me and my hands. I pull it off the fire, feeling the warmth of the meat against my fingers, while the cold air bites at my skin. The first bite, pure perfection. The outside has the beautiful crispy char, slightly smoky from the open fire, while the inside stays tender and juicy. Just salt and pepper, nothing else, and yet it's bursting with flavor. The fat along the edges, golden brown, rendered perfectly, melting the second it touches my tongue. Eating like this outside, in the cold, using just my hands, makes it taste even better. It feels like raw, real, something primal. No distractions, no plates, no cutting into small pieces, just tearing off bites, letting the juice drip and fully enjoying every single moment. I pause between bites, letting the warmth of the fire mix with the crisp air around me. Sweet potato straight from the fire, soft, warm, slightly caramelized at the edges. The sweetness is deep, almost buttery, no seasoning, no extras, just pure, simple comfort. The contrast between the steak and this, perfect. The richness, the sweetness, it's all just fits. The last few bites, still tender, still packed with flavor. Every bite feels like a reward after a long day in the cold. I take my time, letting the taste linger. It's the perfect way to finish this meal. After hours in the freezing cold, finally back home. Just sit on the couch, letting the warmth settle in. No rush, no noise, just rest. First things first, coffee. A scoop of Nescafe with French vanilla, steaming water from the kettle, and that first deep inhale of the aroma. Simple, quick, but exactly what I need. I take a sip. Smooth, sweet, just the right amount of warmth to start the day. Sometimes it's the little things that make mornings better. After a coffee, time to move. Nothing intense, just a slow walk in the gym for about 40 minutes. Good way to shake off the sleepiness, get the blood flowing. There is something nice about walking indoors when it's freezing outside. No wind, no cold, just quiet steps one after another, easing into the day. Before heading out, a quick check on the engine block heater. Plugged in, secured, all good. At -20, a working heater isn't just useful, it's essential. On the road, passing by some of the nicest houses in the area. Big, beautiful, the kind of homes people dream about. Every time I see places like this, I wonder, what's the story behind them? Years of hard work, smart moves, maybe a little luck. Definitely something to aim for. Finally we arrived, Half Moon Cafe. Classic roadside spot, the kind that feels like stepping back in time. The smell of fresh coffee, burgers, sizzling on the grill. It's the kind of place where you can just sit, relax and enjoy the moment. For now, just sipping on my coffee, waiting for the others to get here. No rush, Sundays are meant to be slow. Food's here. Cola, strawberry shake, fries, onion rings, 2 big burgers, and yeah, I couldn't resist, so I grabbed an Oreo ice cream too. Classic diner food, nothing complicated, just greasy, salty, sweet, exactly what you'd expect. Some meals aren't about health, they're about enjoyment, and this is definitely one of those. The place itself is like a time capsule. Red booths, old school signs, vintage decor straight out of the 70s. Feels like something from an old movie, simple, warm, nostalgic. Places like this aren't just about the food, they're about the atmosphere, the feeling of stepping into a different era, even just for a little while.